Is $1 million TFSA actually possible? Let's take a look at what the numbers say. As we can see here in this spreadsheet, I've outlined the annual contribution room that you earn, assuming you turned 18 in 2009. The TFSA started in 2009, and we can see here in column D, these are the annual contribution room amounts that are earned each year. From 2009 through 2025, those are actual amounts. We know what happened. And then through 2026 and onward, I projected this based on a simple 2% inflation rate, rounded to the nearest $500. I've projected this through quite a few years here, but let's say we've been able to make the maximum contribution each year since 2009. I've illustrated a few different rates of return from 4% to 8%, maybe something a bit more on the conservative side, through something that's a bit more aggressive. How long does it actually take to get to $1 million in our TFSA? Well, at 4%, again, assuming you've maximized the contribution every year and will continue to do so, we can see we first hit $1 million in the year 2056. That's about 47 years after 2009. Of course, if the rate of return is higher, though, we obviously get there a little bit quicker. And we can see that at an 8% return, we get there in 2042, which is 33 years later than 2009. So takeaway, yes, $1 million TFSA is absolutely possible. Now you might say, okay, that's great, Jordan, but I just turned 18, so I just earned my first contribution room now. Or you know what, I haven't been maximizing it. We can take a look at, hey, what if we start here in 2025? We've never put a dollar into this. Yes, we've earned that contribution room over the years, maybe, but we've never put anything in and we're starting from scratch. Well, what if we just start today and simply put the maximum contribution that we can each year moving forward? So in 2025, that's $7,000. You earn $7,000 of room this year and you make that contribution. 2026, same thing. 2027, same thing, and onwards. How does that look if we start today? Same thing. Illustrated a few different rates of return from 4% through 8% there. On the lower end, 4%, we're there by 2066. So that's 41 years from now. And a little bit quicker, we can get there in 2054, which is about 29 years from now. Either way, we don't know what kind of rates of return we're necessarily going to get moving forward. And I don't know if that factor matters so much in this, but that yes, $1 million TFSA is absolutely possible. And regardless, I know future selves, whether that's 10 years from now, 20, 30, 40 years from now, we're going to be thankful to have contributed to such a plan and included it in our entire financial picture and our retirement planning. We can use the tax-free nature of it for withdrawals. Estate planning is very, very simple with the TFSA, and you can use that to pass on to the next generation very, very tax efficiently. So the TFSA is just one tool in the retirement planning toolbox, but it's one that can have a lot of compounding power and be very tax efficient, certainly down the road. So yes, a $1 million TFSA is absolutely possible.